Is all this concrete super?
Yeah, our friends at Sika, we've got 2100 in the mix, and also Plastimin. The typical slope that we're using is borderline SCC, 10.5-inch slope. And when you figure out to the spread, it's just right up there with SCC, but you can't call it that.
What's your large aggregate size? What's steel?
3/4 inch?
Yeah, it's maximum is 3/4 inch on the aggregate size. In some places, we have looked at a max of 1/2 inch, but almost everywhere is 3/4 inch. We typically get 7,000 PSI in a hair over 48 hours. I don't think we've failed to get 10,000 PSI yet in 28 days. The contractual requirement is to get 10,000 in 56 days. Yeah, to get those kind of strengths, obviously high dosages of cement. 800 pounds of cement and 200 pounds of fly ash per cubic yard.
What is the aggregates? 3/4 inch limestone.
Yeah, the limestones are in a quarry just south of Las Vegas. It's the only quarry in the area that meets the permeability requirements that they have. The design life of the arches is 100 years, so they take the concrete quality very, very serious. The foam travelers were made in China by a company called NRS Asia. They do a fair amount of foam traveler, quite a few around the country are produced by them.
When you get to the middle, do the travelers walk back, or do you pick them off from up there?
We're going through that now. They don't walk back.
Yeah, at the center, we have to remove the travelers. We're deciding right now what size of pieces to remove at a time, whether it's going to be essentially half sections of the traveler or smaller pieces.
Do you come to a point where you just need one of them up there to complete the... So you have
At the very center, the closure formwork cannot be the travelers, they're too heavy. So it's a 6-foot closure form, it's not very big, so it'll be almost just suspended traditional formwork. Of course, to allow enough room to remove the travelers, one of them has to be at least a segment, preferably 2 segments ahead of the others, the opposing side of the river. So we're trying to get Nevada right now where it gets out 2 segments ahead. Currently, it's only 1 segment ahead.
Is the deck completed on the 2 sides?
Yeah, the bridge deck is 100% complete on the 2 approaches that you see. The bracing that you see just behind the temporary pylons up on top, that was used when we erected the towers in order to achieve the right geometry and give them a little bit of additional stability. There also were some guy wires and some vertical post-tensioning. We've just leave them up there now. They're loose. They're kind of the belt and suspenders approach to make sure the pylons don't lean too much. The pylons are on rocker bearings. They are designed to lean some. Right now, the Nevada side is probably 1'3" out of plumb, and the Arizona side right at 1 foot out of plumb. Maximum is 2 feet.
Is the bearing all on rock, or you got massive piers underneath that lint?
Yeah, underneath the rocker beams, you have the pier cap itself, which is rather substantial. It's almost 10 feet tall and on the order of 7 foot wide. And then those columns you can see are substantially larger than the columns in the other faces in the approach in their cross section.
Do they go down into the rock, or are they just bearing on the rock too?
All of the footings are just spread footings. There's no piling or drilled shafts or anything underneath. They're just spread footings that are keyed a foot into the rock. The first 6 segments of the arch were cantilevered out without any suspending cables. They had loop tendon post tensioning to tie them back. That is now being released. We can't have those extra compressive forces in there now. Then there were tiebacks from the skew back into the rock, post-tension tiebacks. Those are also in the process of being released. The placing boom on the Nevada side is a 32-meter placing boom, so it reaches out right at 100 feet. It usually has to stay 2 segments behind the leading segment that's being cast. On the Arizona side, that is a 36-meter, I believe. We just got it not too long ago. It can technically be 3 segments behind, but the guys were telling me yesterday that they would rather not do that, so we'll start keeping it just 2 segments behind as well.
Once the bridge is finished, what's the plan for the old roadway?
Once the bridge is done, the old roadway will stay open to the visitor center on this side and to the parking lots on the other side, so people will still be able to walk across the dam and visit the visitor center. So the roads will be open. There's interchanges. You passed one in Arizona or Nevada about a mile and a half back where they'll be able to get on and off the new highway. Arizona is about a mile or so on the other side as well. There will be a pedestrian walkway across the new bridge for anybody that cares to walk across and take pictures down at the dam. It'll be rather interesting. The bridge deck is 900 feet above the river.
There's no other way for me to get across.
How many lanes of traffic on a new bridge?
The new bridge will have 2 lanes each way with some rather wide shoulders, so in the contingency in the future, they could go to 3 lanes each way.